Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you Richard Starr Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Offutt. Thank all of you. Needless to say, it's a great honor to have this magnificent building bear my name. I would like to express appreciation not only to Mr. Offutt and the other trustees at the university, but also to former President Stephen Muller, who made this action possible. It gives me great pleasure to be permanently associated with Johns Hopkins Medicine, which has been so important to me and to my family for almost 45 years. I thank you again. I see this ceremony today as a reaffirmation of the institutional commitment to the principles responsible for a century of Hopkins greatness. I am fortunate to have been the guardian of those principles during these last 15 years. And for that reason, and that reason alone, my name has been associated with this building. What are those principles which have given this institution its unique status in the world of medicine? One of the early leaders, already quoted today, John Shaw Billings, said it best at the opening of the Johns Hopkins Hospital in 1889 in a much-quoted phrase which I think merits repeating. Billings said, "There is a widespread hope and expectation that these combined institutions will endeavor to produce investigators as well as practitioners, to give to the world men who can not only sail by the old charts, but can make new and better ones for the use of others." End of quote. Now, the main purpose of this building that you've seen on the slide, and you can't miss if you walk out the door, will be to house the research of the several clinical departments. It is our strong belief that research is not the province of the basic scientist alone. Physicians and surgeons responsible for the care of patients should also be involved in research. I speak with feeling on this issue because my own modest research career was of this sort back in the days when I directed the Division of Cardiology. As we cared for patients, we identified problems, designed experiments to learn more about the patient's disease. In those days, the research was carried out with, by today's standards, simple tools, and usually in the course of a diagnostic or therapeutic procedure. We measured pressures in the various chambers of the heart and the flow of blood in the circulation. Things are much more complicated now. The clinical investigator must have training in molecular biology and other of the basic sciences. But the principles are the same. The problem is seen in the patient. The answer is sought in the laboratory, and the solution is returned to the patient. I, too, am impressed by the bridges that connect this building. They connect this building with the hospital, and they're symbolic of the movement of ideas back and forth from the scientific laboratory to the clinical areas. But this is not all the bridges accomplish. They serve to bind the entire institution together more closely. The bridges connect the research building and the Blaylock building. And they also link the several buildings of the basic science complex with the trailer building, and all of them with the hospital. The bridges will further enhance communication and nurture the precious collegial atmosphere which prevails in this place. This feeling of friendly collaboration between people who know and trust each other is not always present in academic medical centers. Because of this special atmosphere, we can say with pride that Johns Hopkins medicine is small enough so that every individual makes a difference, yet big enough to make a difference in the world of medicine.